Oh,
okay.
Hey!
Hi,
family. Let's get on. Listen. Welcome to. We just want to welcome everybody, okay? Everybody. I didn't tell them about the this is yours.
Oh.
Listen, y'all know we real people, okay? So listen, don't worry about it.
Well, don't we need to share it?
Yeah, but we'll do it afterwards. Or listen, we're just giving everyone a time. If you guys, I meant to share. I didn't even get to share it. I didn't get to share it on Facebook, so I don't know how to share it.
Once
it's on. So let me see real quick. I'm so sorry, you guys. I've been trying to. Let's see. Maybe if I go to the page.
You mean on YouTube?
Mm-hmm. Sorry, family. If you all know how to share, let's see. Live. What's live? Okay. All right, I was able to share it.
Okay.
Shalom, Auntie Cousin Shishi. Good to see you. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I am so excited for our history edition. Laugh out loud. I know you're not fooling with me with that history. I know. But maybe chapter 8 you'll come on soon. Shalom, the New King James, you know.
Okay, who'd you get already?
I'm going to that Hebrew. You guys see us.
Messenger already?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, you ahead of me. How can you do that?
Yep. Shalom, Auntie Carolyn. Good to see you. Shalom, Dad. Good to see you. Just sent to everybody the link. Sorry, I accidentally pressed live before I can send it out, so that's why we were a little behind. However, we still want to welcome everybody to
Story time. Story time. Story time.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. If you don't know, I'm Bonnie G in the place to be.
Hey.
And like I always say, wherever the Ruach is, I kid you not, I just want to be present, okay? Call my name so I can tell you I am in the building. All right? And our assembly family already know her as Dr. Norwood. But the Storytime family know her as. Y'all know I'm not looking for cheerleaders. Do not cup your hands, okay? None of this, all right? But y'all know her as Auntie Shelly on the beat. That's right. Y'all know we used to do it for ourselves, but we no longer do it for ourselves. We do it for the community. # community minded. Yes, ma'am. And it is the bump for me. It feels good every single time. So thank you for that. Give me a minute. I just want to go ahead and pin this message, please. If you can, make sure you like and subscribe to this channel if it's been helpful to you. If not, then continue to pray for us. All right. Y'all know, before we dive into this new book, anybody want to guess what book we're in? Okay. Who knows what book we are in tonight? And if you're in the Storytime crew, don't you dare say it.
Right.
All right?
Right.
Don't you dare say it. You already know. Auntie Sheila, what book are we in? Dad, you can't say nothing because I think I mentioned it to you.
Yeah.
Auntie Carolyn, what book are we in? Ooh. Girl.
What they say? Let me put my glass on, see what y'all saying.
As I go to the scripture, y'all keep on. Come on. That was a
she'll prefer.
She said Judges.
Sheila, where you think we? Oh, King James might have told her.
He shouldn't have. Auntie Shishi, what book are we in? Somebody, what book are we in tonight? Tonight.
James, didn't we just tell you not to say nothing?
Are you not a part of Storytime, the team?
Yeah. What part of that did you not understand?
Somebody rewind this video back to where I said, if you're part of Storytime crew, don't you? But he said something. You a part of Storytime, man. He said only on Friday.
It don't matter what day it is.
You know what? That's right, family. We're in the book of Exodus. Thank you, King James,
For that. And she gonna throw in the Shemath. She gonna throw in the Hebrew name.
She said, y'all always
Get
say
your
give the name.
insider information.
You guessed it. Okay. I'm a side-eye that one.
Yeah, me too. I believe you, but I'm a side-eye.
Yeah. All right. So now that James spilled the beans, even though he wasn't supposed to, he lucky they're lentils with meat inside of them. We're gonna get into Yehuda, aka Jude. Now listen, I know y'all tired of reading this only chapter, but it's because it's one of my favorite chapters in the book of Jude. I really enjoyed this chapter.
I thought it was Maccabee Day. No?
You know what? What? It's the second day?
It's the second day.
It is. So we're going to swap it.
I mean, unless you just feel compelled to Jude it.
I just thought we'd be in the first chapter. You right? Okay, that's Auntie Shishi. Come to us on First Jude, okay? Remind me, Maccabees tomorrow.
Okay.
Now unto him that is able to keep you from falling and to present you faultless before the presence of his glory with exceeding joy. To the only wise Elohim, our Savior, be glory and majesty, dominion and power, both now and ever. Amen.
Amen.
Yes.
Now see that exceeding joy.
Exceeding joy.
That's a whole bunch of joy. Hey.
Absolutely. OMG. Listen, you guys. So, like, I'm still gonna, you know what? Beep, he getting hit by the bus today, throwing him under there. Like King James said, we are in the book of Exodus, or aka Shemoth, like Auntie Cousin Shishi said. And if our reading sounds different, it's only because we're reading from a Sefer. Okay, you can purchase this on St0ryTim3, but we recommend don't pay full price. There's a StoryTime discount for you. Please remember the O in the word story is actually a 0, and the E in the word time is actually a 3, as a reminder to going back to the covenant. Because why? The assignment is now understood. Hello, somebody, pick it up. Okay, the assignment is understood.
Yes, and please do not go to Amazon. Look at these prices Brother Craig sent me today.
Yeah, don't go to Amazon. Tell them what them prices is.
$4.95 for leather, $3.49 for hardcover.
$349, $300.
$300.
A $33 book.
$349. And if you go on leather, that's $500. $4.95. That's $500. I said, brother, go to St0ryTim3.
Please go to St0ryTim3. Don't pray.
He was saying he had one, but he was just tripping. I said, because he was like, when it gets so high, I said, when we start reading them. We start reading them.
All right, y'all. So there's no recap because this is our first time getting into this book together. And again, we in Shemoth, also known as the book of Exodus. We thought it was a great time to kind of, now that we have that backstory, to kind of go from Bereshith, aka Genesis, and then we will implement as much backstory as we can as we go through our history book.
Yes.
Chapter 1. Now these are the name of the children of Yasharel, which came into Mizraim. Every man in his household came with Yaakov: Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Yehuda, Yishakar, Zebulun, and Benjamin. And Dan, is Dan, and Naphtali, Gad, and Asher. And all the souls that came out of the loins of Yaakov were 70 souls. For Joseph was in Mizraim already. And Joseph died, and all his brethren, and all that generation. And the children of Yasharel were fruitful and increased abundantly, and multiplied and waxed exceedingly mighty, and the land was filled with them. Now there arose a new king over Mitzrayim, which knew not Joseph. Now, remember that they say there's a rumor going around that they were in slavery for 230 years. This debunks this rumor. They wasn't in slavery, right? It wasn't until the new king who didn't know Joseph. Mm-hmm. That's why we say 215.
I think it was 215.
215 that they were in Egypt.
Mm-hmm. And if anyone has been following the Roots of Rome, and you're on Zepho, which is the second one.
Yeah.
It starts off because remember he was talking about how, they're all gone.
Yes.
Because Zepho was like, all the brothers gone. They dead. Joseph died. All the brothers died. All of them died. I'm getting ready to go up and fight against them.
Mm-hmm.
And now there's a new Pharaoh in charge of Egypt. It's not the same one. He doesn't know Joseph because he's different.
Yes.
Because remember, even his son knew Joseph because he put his son, the old Pharaoh put his son in charge.
Absolutely.
But this is a whole new Pharaoh.
Absolutely.
A whole new one.
Listen, that Roots of Rome is something good, okay? Mm-hmm. All right. And he said unto his people, behold, the people of the children of Yasharel are more and mighty than we. Come on, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply. And it come to pass that when there fall out any war, they join also unto our enemies, and fight against us, and so get them out of the land.
Okay. Pay attention to that. He says, not only are there getting to be more of them than us, but they are mightier.
Right.
It's more of them and they are mightier. And he says, we need to deal wisely with them or they'll take the enemy side and leave.
Mm-hmm.
So when they say deal wisely, I know there's more, I know there's mightier, but we don't want them to leave.
Right.
We want them to stay here.
Yes.
We just want to make sure we put them under our control.
Absolutely. And that's the same thing
they sound like today.
They are mighty, but if we put them on that mind control, yes, right? Get them to think that they're less than who they are.
Yep.
And get them to admit that they are the minority.
Mm-hmm. Then get them to believe it.
Get them to believe it rather than being the majority and they are the minority. Mm-hmm. And then show them how we want them to be. Mm-hmm. We can rule, but yet we don't want them to go back because they understand the blessing will leave.
Yes. That's why they fed us this, the soft side, I like to say, of Christianity, where you're supposed to turn your other cheek and you're supposed to pray for your enemies. And okay, yeah. I'll pray for my enemies, but what do I pray?
Mm-hmm. Right.
I'm not going to say, oh, Lord, bless him, which is what we've been doing.
Yes.
So he's been doing what we asked.
Absolutely. Oh, man, they had us.
You better learn how to pray them prayers like the Maccabees and everybody else.
Yes.
When them enemies came.
I'm telling you, they wasn't talking about turning the other cheek.
You better bring out Simeon and Levi. Go get Uncle Simeon and Levi.
Mm-hmm. Be like, I'll be right back.
Let me go get my uncle. He gonna tell me what to do.
Right. That's it. That is it. Shalom, Lolo. All right. Let's go back into. Let me see.
11.
Therefore they did set over them taskmasters to afflict them with their burdens, and they built for Pharaoh treasure cities, Pithom and Ra-Amet. Let me see. Ra-Amesi. But the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied and grew. And they were grieved because of the children of Yasharel.
Can you imagine? The more you afflict somebody, the more, why are they having more kids?
Right.
What is going on with these people?
Where do you have time?
The more they try to kill us, the more children we have.
Yep.
The more, now they're trying to make us all homosexuals.
Yep.
That's so you don't have no kids, dummy.
That's it.
That's the agenda. You love who you love. Boy, sit down.
And then they sit there and get you to think Well, we are literally Esau, and we in the days of like
Mhm.
how he brought that up. Like Joseph was after, was it Joseph? No,
It was
Esau and the brother
Jacob.
Jacob. Thank you.
Mhm.
I always get the mix. Jacob was after the Torah. Esau wanted
Yes.
to do the things of the world.
Yes.
Anything wrong, he was with. Esau
Mhm.
like calling wrong right. Joseph like calling wrong wrong.
Yeah,
You know,
right.
and that's
Right.
what they do. They say, "Oh, now look, oh, let's celebrate this man having a baby."
Mhm.
But let's ignore the fact that she was born a woman.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's the woman
That's having the
having the
baby.
baby.
But you gonna say it's a man because they want to be called a man. So you can say a man can have a
Right.
baby.
And it's so crazy because it's really two nations, and you think about it, the way that they are, the way that Esau wanted to rule is Torahlessness.
Right. Right.
Jacob wanted to rule with Torah.
Torah.
He always had a heart with Torah.
Mhm.
So that is so crazy that we are living in Torahlessness. We were shaking at it.
Yes. That's why there's only two sides. There's
Yes.
no middle.
No.
That's why he said that lukewarm. Who side you on? Bow.
Yeah.
won't you?
Make a decision. Make a decision.
Mm-mm.
13. And the Mitzrayim made the children of Yasharel to serve with rigor. And they made their lives bitter with hard bondage in mortar, and in brick, and in all manner of service in the field. All their service wherein they made them serve was with rigor. And the king of Mizraim spoke to the Hebrew midwives, of which the name of one was called Shiphrah, and the name of the other Puah. And he said, when ye do the office of a midwife to the Hebrew women, and see them upon the stools, if it be a son, then ye shall kill him. But if it be a daughter, then she shall live. But the midwives feared Elohim, and did not as the king of Mizraim commanded them, but saved the men children alive. And the king of Mizraim called for the midwives and said unto them, why have ye done this thing, and have saved the men children alive? And the midwives said unto Pharaoh, because the Hebrew women are not as the Mizraim women, for they are lively and are delivered ere the midwives come in unto them. Therefore Elohim dealt well with the midwives, and the people multiplied and waxed very mighty.
You know what? I just noticed that these midwives are Hebrew. I don't know why all this time I thought they was Egyptian. Like he had the nerve to go get our own people. It says,
Yeah.
and the king of Midrash spoke to the Hebrew midwives. Or do that mean no? They were Hebrew.
They were Hebrew.
They got our own people. Kill your own people.
But it's today, right? They use our own people
Because
or
they know
somebody
that's
that's
the only
like
way
us.
to beat us.
Yeah,
Use their own people to defeat them. Bring
Yep.
them down.
That's right.
And some of them gonna go nah.
We got
And
to
some
do
of them
better.
gonna go yeah.
We got
I'll
to
take
do
them
better.
down for some gold.
Now I have a question, just a little bit of the backstory. But is this the same babies? Remember when they took them to the field and the earth nourished them with milk?
Yeah, they just haven't got to him throwing them in the. It's the ones they
Oh.
was throwing in the. But I think we're about to get to it. Yeah,
Will
but
be
it
in this
isn't.
book? Okay.
It's just not in Exodus. That backstory is in either Jubilee or Jasher. We probably should read it tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll read the backstory tomorrow.
All right.
Yeah, but it's those babies.
Wow. And Pharaoh charged all the people, saying, every son that is born ye shall cast into the river, and every daughter ye shall save alive.
That's the ones. Cast into the river.
And another part of the backstory is in the ascension of either Isaiah or Paul. Those babies, every single baby that was thrown in the river was actually in there telling on Pharaoh.
Yeah, testifying against them.
Testifying. And they were like by milk. They weren't even grown adults. They were surrounded by milk. And then when they saw, who was it? Either, I don't know if it was a Paul. I want to say Paul. But they was testifying what happened to them.
Yeah.
and how
Yeah,
they
I
were
want to
thrown
say
in the
Paul
river. I
too.
think it was Paul because people were excited to meet Paul, and Paul was like, "Me? I'm excited to meet
Yeah,
you."
it was either Paul or Isaiah. It had to
Yeah,
be. Well, I
one
mean,
of them.
it could have been somebody else, but I
Yes.
think it's one of them
So
too.
that to me, I thought that was a beautiful depiction of when we lose people.
Yeah, they
Oh,
are not just dead floating around somewhere.
right. I thought that was a
Yeah.
beautiful answer to a question, especially the babies. All right.
But can you imagine throwing a baby in the river?
I can't.
You have to be awfully cruel.
I can't.
I couldn't throw nobody baby in the river.
No. You know how you play with the baby and you be doing this and you throw them on a bed or something
I'll
like
be
that?
nervous
I
at
can't even
that.
do that.
Yeah.
I can't even do that. Yes, Dwayne said the boule, referring
Yes.
to when he said, have your own. Absolutely.
Yep.
Second chapter. And there went a man of the house of Levi, and took to be his woman a daughter of Levi. And the woman conceived and bore a son. And when she saw him that he was a goodly child, she hid him 3 months. I did not know. Let me go on. Let me see. And when she could no longer hide him, she took for him in an ark of bulrushes and dabbled it with slime and with pitch, and put the child therein. And she laid it in the reeds by the river brink. And his sister stood afar off to wit what would be done to him. That is crazy.
Yeah.
Because I had no idea that this person was from Levi.
Oh, you didn't?
No, ma'am.
Oh.
This is Moses, right?
Yep.
Did not know he was from Levi.
Yeah. Him and Aaron.
Wow.
Yes.
Just let me be shocked by myself. It's all right.
Priesthood.
Wow. Now his story makes so much more sense to me.
Yeah. Wow. And I was thinking, well, I'll wait till he gets in front of Pharaoh.
Okay.
It
makes
say
so
something
much.
Ruach ran across my mind. Like he's a priesthood.
It makes so much more sense. It makes a 1,000 more senses in that one sentence. I had no idea. All right. Verse 5. And the daughter of Pharaoh came down to wash herself at the river, and her maidens walked along by the riverside. And when she saw the ark among the reeds, she sent her maid to fetch it. And when she had opened it, she saw the child, and behold, the babe wept. And she had compassion on him and said, "This is one of the Hebrew children." Then said his sister to Pharaoh's daughter, "Shall I go and call to you a nurse of the Hebrew woman, that she may nurse the child for you?" And Pharaoh's daughter said to her, "Go." And the maid went and called the child's mother. And Pharaoh's daughter said unto her, "Take this child away and nurse it for me, and I will give you your wages." And the woman took the child and nursed it. And the child grew, and she brought him unto Pharaoh's daughter, and he became her son. And she called his name Moshe. And she said, "Because I drew him out of the water."
Look how Yahuwah, just how awesome he is. What are the chances? Come
that's
on.
intentional right there.
What are the chances?
That's intentional.
You grew up in Pharaoh's house. The person who gave the edict to throw you in the water.
Yes.
His daughter raised you.
Yes.
But your own mama
instilled in you.
Right. Was able to teach you
the ways
and fed you. Your own milk. That was your milk anyway.
Yes. Sure was.
You was brought up in your own house.
And then you got paid for it.
Got paid for it.
I mean, she would have did it for free. It was her son. Yes. But she got paid for it.
Yes. And if you're wondering why she got paid for it, it's because the tribe of Levi was never in slavery.
Oh my gosh.
Everybody else got tricked into it. And Levi was like, no, we need to read that backstory too. Levi was like, nah, don't do it. And remember, before the patriarchs died, they said, listen to Levi.
That's right. They sure
They
did.
didn't listen.
They sure did.
They didn't listen. They got tricked into slavery.
Wow.
But not the tribe of Levi.
And that's so crazy because the Hebrews did not listen to Moses. All they did was complain and build what they want. They never listened to the voice of Levi.
Yeah. They just would not listen. So they had to see all kinds of, I mean, and I get it at first. You know, this is somebody, you know, they grew up with Pharaoh. Okay, we saw you when you was a little kid now, but then you went to go live with Pharaoh, Mr. Prince. When I get it. I do. I get it. But when he came through with the miracles, with the ride and all that, dude, it's time to believe.
Right. Right. It is.
It comes a point in time when you got to let that go.
Yes, absolutely. Wow. That's so crazy. And it came to pass in those days when Moshe was grown that he went out unto his brethren and looked on their burdens, and he spied a Mizraim smiting a Hebrew, one of his brethren. Now, is this Aaron?
No, this is
this is one of his.
And notice he knows he's Hebrew.
Yes, because he was raised by his mother.
Brother. I don't know. I don't know if it means brother as in his Aaron,
maybe
or brother as
Egyptian.
in a Hebrew, Egyptian, or no. This is
and he spied a. He said, and he went out unto his brother. Never mind. He went outside with it.
So he saw Hebrews. He saw the Hebrews, and he saw Egyptian.
Yes.
Messing with the Hebrews.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was just about to say it. Repeat it with the Moses. Yeah. Yes. Absolutely. And the crazy thing is, y'all, like his mother really had years with him. I thought because thank you for the backstory. I thought she made him nurse them whenever she was hungry. You know, bring the baby back and I nurse him.
Right.
But no, she actually nursed him until that year, to the years. Yeah. He had to be like 7 or something like that. He was old.
Yeah, he was up there.
Whatever the year it is when you stop nursing your child.
Yeah.
Then she gave him, and then that's when he became her son.
Yes, and he knows he's Hebrew.
Yes.
Yeah. For the longest time, I was told he hid, you know, nobody knew. No, they knew.
They knew.
They all knew he was Hebrew. But because Pharaoh's daughter wanted to raise him, they left him alone.
Oh, yes. And the backstory where when Moses, when he was a baby, knocked the crown off the king's head.
Yes.
And he looked at him like, now this baby's going like,
What he doing?
Why he do that?
Yeah.
And it burnt. How did he become his stammer? Either he put something hot in his mouth.
Oh, that's right.
Moses did when he was a baby. He put something hot in his mouth. That's why he stuttered. And that's why he stuttered.
Yeah.
Listen, we're going to have to bring y'all this backstory.
Yeah.
Give us a minute to find it.
Yeah.
Oh,
we'll bring it to you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. And let me see. Okay, 13. No, 12. Yeah. And he looked this way, that way. And when he saw that there was no man, he slew the Egyptian and hid him in the sand. And when he went out the second day, behold, 2 men of the Hebrews strove together. And he said to him that did the wrong, wherefore smite you your fellow? And he said, who made you a prince and a judge over us? Intend you to kill me as you killed the Egyptian? And Moshe feared and said, surely this thing is known.
See how we act? Mm-hmm. So he goes out the next day. It's 2 Hebrews fight. So he's like, why?
Why y'all fighting
each
other?
So he said to the one in the wrong, why are you doing this to your brother? He said, who do you think you are? You are king and our prince now?
Yeah. Because
he was wrong.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And didn't even see it like, man, that brother killed him for us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He saw him how he was treating us. Not that it makes it right, y'all, but I'm just saying the mindset.
Yeah.
But yeah, he did it for us.
And it's obvious he's not going to kill you.
Right.
Come on.
He just don't want y'all fighting. Because y'all brothers.
Yeah, and you just don't want to be wrong. So pride says, what, you going to kill us too like you? What, you snitching?
Right.
You making it sound as if you're gonna snitch.
Yep. Oh, boy.
And Moshe thought it was a whole secret.
Yes, he buried the man and everything.
But just think, if you're the man Moshe saved from getting killed by the Egyptian, you finna go tell everybody.
Yes.
Maybe nobody wasn't around, or maybe he was in the bushes and saw, but whatever, you're gonna say,
absolutely.
Moshe saved me.
Moshe saved me.
Buried that Egyptian in the sand.
Well, this is where his life gets real good. Now, when Pharaoh heard this thing, he sought to slay Moses or Moshe. But Moshe fled from the face of Pharaoh and dwelt in the land of Midian. And he sat down by a well. Now, remember backstory. When Moshe threw tipped his crown off, he already had a side eye towards Moshe. He knew something was he knew prophecy
right.
concerning Moshe, but he couldn't kill the baby because, like Auntie Shelley said, that was his daughter's son.
Right.
But boy, Moshe gave him a reason. He was like, all right, it's go time.
Yeah, and I know, like, if any of you seen the 10 Commandments, the old one, the one that looked real pretty. I used to love to watch that every Resurrection Day. That it has you all thinking that like Pharaoh kicked him out, and Moses ran for his life. And the backstory is, it's a whole lot of stuff that happened in between here before he even got to Midian. He was whole king of a land.
Oh, yes, he sure was.
He was whole king of a land.
Yes, he was. For years.
Yeah, for years. Until Yahuwah said, time to go.
Yep, and they gave him all kinds of gifts.
Mm-hmm. And they tried to get him to marry a Hamite. He was like, nah. Nah. Yep.
Ooh, we got a lot of backstory.
A lot. See how much they leave? That's why I said it's the clip notes. Nothing wrong with it. They're just giving us a little condensed version. Because they assume we have the other one. Absolutely. Because they were given at the same time.
Very true. Cousin James, New King James, he said, remember why Moses killed the Egyptian. Backstory reveals that. Give us a little hint.
Yeah, because I can't remember.
Give us a little hint. Go ahead and let your fingers do the talking. I can't remember.
I can't remember either.
But while you typing, I'm going to go ahead and continue to read. All right. 16. Now the priest of Midian had 7 daughters, and they came and drew water and filled the troughs to water their father's flock. And the shepherds came and drove them away. But Moshe stood up and helped them and watered their flock. And when they came to Reuel, their father, he said, how is it that ye are come so soon today? And they said, a Mitzrayim or Egyptian delivered us out of the hands of the shepherds, and also drew water enough for us and watered the flock. And he said unto his daughters, and where is he? Why is it that ye have left the man? Call him that he may eat bread. And Moshe was content to dwell with the man. And he gave Moshe Zipporah his daughter. And she bore him a son, and he called his name Gershom. For he said, I have been a stranger in a strange land.
I'm thinking, did James put it in there?
Yes. Okay. He said the Egyptian raped the Hebrew wife in front of him. Really?
Oh, we really do got to read that back.
Yeah. Wow.
I think I remember that.
I don't.
I knew it was something crazy.
Wow. And wow. Okay. Well, we got a lot of backstory to cover tomorrow.
Yes. Like, this is really short. Like, I'm so used to the backstory that I'm like, whoa, this is really short.
Right, yes.
Because even the whole thing with Zipporah, how he came to marry her is left off.
Yes,
because that's the
wasn't he
rod
in
of
years?
God.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Wasn't he in prison for like 10 years?
Grew up through because he grew up thought he was an Egyptian that ran away, and he was like, "Oh, them Egyptians ain't coming after us, and if they come, you're gonna be in jail, and I'm gonna give you to them."
Yes,
Yes.
and that makes sense because the daughter just said an Egyptian just helped us out. So
Because
she
he's
knew.
dressed like the Egyptian prince. He grew up in Pharaoh's house.
And he actually tried to starve him to death. But Zipporah was
bringing him food.
bringing them food for them whole 10 years. And the rod of
God. And the whole reason why he married Zipporah is a whole sword and stone story.
Yes.
That Disney just straight stole.
Absolutely. And they ain't gonna give us nothing for it.
Like straight stole it.
Nobody can lift this rod. Nobody can take it.
Nobody can take it.
But him.
Nobody.
Oh man, this is a lot to cover tomorrow. All right. 21, thank you. And Moshe was content to dwell with the man, and he gave Moshe Zipporah, his daughter. And she bore him a son, and he called his name Gershom. For he said, I have been a stranger in a strange land. And it came to pass in process of time that the king of Mitzrayim died, and the children of Yasharel signed by reason of bondage, and they cried, and their cry came up unto Elohim by reason of the bondage. And Elohim heard their groaning, and Elohim remembered his covenant with Abraham, with Yitzhak, and Yaakov. And Elohim looked upon the children of Yasharel, and Elohim had respect unto them.
Now look, they're in bondage. They can't take it no more.
No.
What do? They cry out. Finally!
Hey, that reminds me of the scripture, like in Jubilees, the first chapter. It talks about when he hid his face from us from a little while, a moment, and how we will cry out, and then he'll begin to remember us.
Yes.
It's the same. Oh my gosh, you guys, that's the solution.
Remember, just like with Ishmael.
Yeah.
I heard the voice of the lad.
Yes.
He's connected to Abraham.
Yes.
And Isaac.
Yes.
Or Abraham.
Oh wow,
I hear his voice. That's what the cry of Judah is.
Yep.
We start waking up and crying his name.
Absolutely.
And he hears it. He said, "Oh, I gotta act. Yep. My babies is calling."
And it recalls to him, not that he forgot, that he's like, okay, well, you know what? I did make a covenant with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Let me go ahead and do it. Because they turned back to him.
Yeah.
That's what repentance is about. It's not about, Father, please forgive me for stepping on his pinky toe on purpose. I won't do it again. That's not what repentance is about. It's literally turning away from sin and honoring Yahuwah and guarding the Torah, his commandments, and walking them out, being his express image to this world.
Yes. And remember the testament of the brothers. They kept saying, listen to Levi and Judah. He said, but y'all gonna forget.
Y'all gonna forget.
You are going to forget.
Listen, and ain't nothing new, because in 2022, we still forgetting. But it's a blessing because some of us is waking up and we're returning and we're guarding and we're learning what we can learn. Because again, a lot of this stuff was concealed from us for a reason.
Yes. Because they forgot when they were in Egypt. They remembered, they cried out. He delivered them. They got in their land. I mean, they went through some stuff, but I'm just saying. But then we forgot again. That's why we're in the four corners of the earth.
Yes.
But now we woke up and he hears us again.
We have a memory of
this going to be the last time. This is it. That's why you in or you out.
Yep.
You in or you out.
Absolutely. Oh my God.
This is it.
And I love how he said, and had respect unto them.
Yeah.
That is so beautiful. As mighty,
just sitting there waiting.
Yeah, as mighty as you are, you have the. It's just to me like that's so crazy.
Yes,
because you know how people in high position they think they so
ain't even listening for us.
He ain't even like that.
You remember that code? He was probably like, "When are they going?" I hear him crying out for them presidents and them senators, and they think they just gonna vote. They wait. Oh, they ain't called me. They keep telling me to forgive their enemy. So I'm going to keep forgiving their enemy.
No longer, no more.
So they cry out.
All right. Chapter 3. Now Moshe kept the flock of Jethro or Jethro. What's his name? Is it Jethro?
We didn't say Jethro, but we know there's no J, so stick with Jethro.
Okay, Jethro. Oh, okay. Lauren goes on to say reconciliation. Yah wants it. He wanted it from our ancestors, and he wants it from us.
Yep.
Absolutely. Yes. Okay. Now Moshe kept the flock of Jethro, his father-in-law, the priest of Midian, and he led the flock to the backside of the desert and came to the mountain of Elohim, even to Horeb. And the angel of Yahuwah appeared unto him in a flame of fire out of the midst of a thorn bush. And he looked, and behold, the thorn bush burned with fire, and the thorn bush was not consumed.
You know what this made me think of? You know how we always good for burning stuff down?
Burning.
It's in our DNA.
And you know what? You know, I was listening to something, and someone said, imagine if, because you know how we always thank Yah for the big things, but he said that's them little things, right? Yeah. Imagine if he wasn't even paying attention to that little bush.
Yeah.
Imagine if he never turned his hand and said, "What's that?"
Yeah.
Because it was so small.
Yes.
He could have said, "Oh, okay. Well, all right." It wasn't grand enough.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, we have to pay attention to the littlest things in our lives.
Or you could have said it's in the middle of the desert. That happens all the time.
He could have made an excuse for it.
Yeah.
We have to look at the little things of our lives. Because sometimes it's not always the big things and the obvious things that trips us up. It's the littlest things.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden that little thing connects to a huge thing.
Yeah.
But it started with this little thing. So pay attention to the little things in your life. Acknowledge him in all your ways, and he will direct your path.
Yes.
But literally, don't forsake the little things.
Yes. And just think if Uncle Bartholomew would have just kept his eyes.
Right.
It got dark. He kept his eyes on that cross.
That tree, absolutely.
Or the tree on the tree. He kept his eye on the tree and said, absolutely. I saw you.
Yep.
Nobody else saw that. I saw you. It's pitch black. What you think you saw? I saw them angels.
Yep. I saw it. Where did you go?
I saw it. Where'd you go?
Absolutely.
Because he's not looking at what's going on around there. Everybody else in terror. It's dark. It's noon. Why is it dark? And he was like,
absolutely. It's oh my God. It's the little things that got us here today.
Yes.
From that bush became the sapphire that with the 10 Commandments. The direction, everything started from that from that little bush.
Yep. Because you went to investigate.
You went to investigate.
Because it was something about it.
See, and that's that self-inventory thing, right?
Yes.
That's that self-inventory, like, or even just like, you know what, something ain't. Let me go check this out.
Yeah.
Let me go check this out. Yeah. You don't know what Yah is trying to lead you to. All right? Okay, that's enough of that.
Or eat, sorry.
No, go ahead. She says not enough.
Even when you look, or when I look back and I go, what if I never listened to Moray's radio station that somebody just told me about? What if I never listened?
OMG.
What if I wasn't even curious?
OMG.
And then I never would have looked at his Facebook.
OMG.
And then I never would have been like, what they doing over there?
Yo.
And they eating. Man, yes. Be like, they eating. We here in the kitchen. Like, they eating. What if we never went to go check it out?
This wouldn't be.
I would be sitting here.
No. Y'all don't understand. When we when she first came into our life, we were we wasn't even around the corner, like 5 minutes away. The whole
just
time.
Right there. I'm getting in my car thinking I'm finna drive somewhere. Let me go see what I'm turning this
5 minutes away, less than 5 minutes away. And it all started from her listening to a radio station that my dad was in. And then from there, we just put everybody together.
Yeah.
She didn't even want to do the history. Remember, I was like, can you help me with Old Testament? I don't know the Old Testament. And y'all got me reading this. And she was like, girl, I'll do it today. And then I just kept, she only 5 minutes. I was like, she 5 minutes rather than 15 minutes. I'll call her again and see if she'll come on Facebook with me and read with me. And I just kept holding on to her. And here we are today. From
Still
the little
here.
things.
Little things.
From
Pay
the little
attention.
things.
And if you feel it, go with
Investigate it.
Yes.
You owe it to yourself and those that may benefit from it. Because she listened. I benefit from her knowledge. And then you all benefit from her knowledge as well. And then y'all gets the glory.
Yes. And I benefit as well.
Oh my, y'all. That will preach something good right there. No offering needed. Okay. But that will preach something real good. All right. Wow. 3. That's where we are.
Okay.
And Moshe said, I will not turn aside.
Never.
Yes, you're right. And Moshe said, I will now turn aside and see this great sight. Why the thorn bush is not burnt. Y'all see that? He made a decision.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes y'all see things right in y'all face and still make the wrong decision.
You be like, I ain't going up there.
I ain't going here. Or no, I remember the last time. I don't care what he said. I remember the last time.
Yeah. I ain't going up there.
I ain't doing it. I don't care. That ain't my business. Plot twist. Y'all ain't got no business. Okay?
Check it out. If you got that strong, the Ruach is leading you, check it out.
Check it out. All right. And when Yahuwah saw that he turned aside to see. That is so dope. And when he was just waiting on him.
He just waiting.
He be waiting on y'all. He be waiting on me. He be waiting on Auntie Shelly. He be waiting on you.
He just was sitting there waiting on you. I'm giving you all these signs. I'm just sitting here waiting on you so we can take it to the next step.
He is such a father, right? He is such a father. He's like, you know what? I put it before you, but I'm not going to shove it.
Right.
He could have literally.
You have to want it.
Absolutely.
Yes.
He could have put that burning bush right at the foot of it. He could have just right there. It was a ways off.
Yeah.
It was some distance.
Yeah.
He could have said, oh, what is that? Okay, whatever.
He could have made it a tumbleweed. The
Absolutely.
fire just rolled towards you. But no, do you want it?
Do you want it? Yeah.
Seek and you shall find.
Absolutely.
He didn't say wish and you shall find. If you look for it and I see that you're sincere, I got you.
It's game time. You got to make the choice. He made a choice and it changed all of our lives.
Yep.
And y'all said, because you decide to turn and see, I can now do this.
Let's do this.
Let's do it. Mm-mm. Boy, that's good. All right. And when Yahuwah saw that he turned aside to see, Elohim called unto him out of the midst of the thorn bush and said, Moshe, Moshe. And he said, here am I. What would be your response?
Mm-hmm.
All right. He didn't even say, who's that?
Right.
How you know my name? He didn't say none of that. He just said, here I am.
Mm-hmm.
Something in his heart knew. Here I am.
He's like, I know I ain't crazy. I hear that voice and I know it's talking to me.
I am. You it. Oh my gosh. Let me get into this comment.
What up?
Lolo says, and the burning bush was so noticeable. Y'all be right there making things plain in sight.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep. Hidden in plain sight.
Hidden in plain sight. Absolutely.
And now we see it and we like, where was that at before? He'd been there all this time.
Yeah.
And all he was doing was waiting for us to cry out and ask and seek.
Yep. And
seek. Been there the whole time.
Just waiting on your response.
Yeah. Seek.
And he said, draw not nigh hither. Put off your shoes from off your feet. For the place where you stand is holy ground. And I'm sure that that's been preached millions of times.
Oh, yeah. Take your shoes off.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I can hear the messages in my head. Moreover, he said, I am the Elohai of your father, the Elohai of Abraham, the Elohai of Yitzhak, and the Elohai of Yaakov. And Moshe hid his face, for he was afraid to look upon Elohai.
See, this tells you he was brought up by that Hebrew woman.
His mother.
His mama told him them names, or he would have been, all he would have known is the gods of Egypt.
Absolutely.
That's all he would have known.
Yep. I love how Yahuwah said, let me reintroduce myself.
And then he knew to hide his face. He was like, oh, no, that's him. That's dude. He was like, he probably went like.
But, oh my gosh.
He knew. It's in him.
It's so encouraging because it's the beauty of you not even, y'all just now meeting. Your response is, here I am, and he's like, don't even worry about it. I'm going to reintroduce myself in your life.
Yes.
I'm going to show every area of your life, in your life, who I am. You don't even have to hide no more.
Yeah. I'm the one your mama told you about.
And we don't have to hide our face no more. We don't have to hide the things that we're struggling with, because he knows it.
Yep.
He knows it.
Yep.
And Yahuwah said, I have surely seen the affliction of my people, which are in Mitzrayim, and have heard their cry by reason of their taskmasters. For I know their sorrows, and I am come down to deliver them out of the hand of the Mitzrayim, and to bring them up out of that land unto a good land, and a large, unto a land flowing with milk and honey, unto the place of the Canaanites and the Hittites and the Amorites and the Perizzites, what is that? Perizzites?
I guess.
Perizzium, I'll just say it like that, okay?
But it's the it's them.
And the Hiviums, what is that? And the, let me see. Hivites, I believe so. And the Uvicium, that's as close as I can get it. Now therefore, behold, the cry of the children of Yashar'el is come unto me, and I have also seen the oppression wherewith the Mitzrayim oppressed them. Come now therefore, and I will send you unto Pharaoh, and that you may bring forth my people, the children of Yashar'el, out of Mitzrayim. Oh, okay. So let me read the comments. That here was a good capital H. That here. Oh, yes, you're right.
What?
She says, here I am. She talking about when Moshe. You talking about when Moshe and he said, here I am? Here I am. And he said, draw not nigh, put your... I think that's what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Yes. And then
noticing them caps.
Yes. And then Auntie Carolyn Kyle says, why was the ground holy? And that is a great question.
Because okay, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No.
Let's rock, paper, scissors. Okay, fine. So listen. So remember when Moshe, basically, he has slippers on, okay? He ran with those slippers when he killed the guy. So they had blood on them. That's my take too. It had blood on them.
You said that's why he told him to take it off.
Yes, okay. And he's a man personally. He's just a man of sin.
Mm-hmm. And Yahuwah is on the mountain.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's his mountain. That's why he said take your shoes off. He wanted to distinguish that place.
Oh.
You're going to know that I dwell on this mountain.
I like your answer better.
It could be both.
Okay, but I like that. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
He's telling him, and not only that, but when we read even in Adam and
Eve?
Remember when he came down to judge, there's a mountain that is shaped like a throne. It's in the book of Enoch. That's his mountain. I'm thinking, I wonder if that's the same mountain.
And isn't
so it could be the exact same mountain.
Is that the same mountain on Well, we'll get to it. Exodus was 10 Commandments on 20.
Yeah, this is
So
going to be the
19.
same mountain.
Okay,
He
so that's the
said,
same one.
you're going to meet me back on this mountain.
Okay, so that's the
That's
same
where you
one.
got the commandments, all that. That's what makes me think that that throne is there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So it's holy because if your answer is why is this ground holy?
Yeah, that's what she says.
Yeah.
It's because
it's because Yahuwah is there.
Absolutely. Because he's speaking through the burning bush.
Right, because right now that's where he is. And you need to make some kind of distinguishing to distinguish it. Like this is not an ordinary visit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This is something special which you're going to remember. But I think it's all of that, because he intentional.
Absolutely.
All that, I mean, anytime the gold, frankincense, and myrrh is buried with my job, and it's the same with the Mashiach got yeah.
Aaron says it was like stepping into the Holy of Holies behind the veil.
Yep, you can say that. Yep, because you couldn't go back there. Any old body couldn't even go back there.
Yeah.
Yep, and you had to be a Levite.
Absolutely. And that makes sense even more.
Because it's spiritual. This is spiritual.
Yeah. But he always connected him to the right people.
Yeah.
And that's so crazy because I never pinpointed Moses
being a
Levite. How did that go before me? I don't know. But like I said,
because now we seeking truth. I told you, it's been here.
It's been here the whole time. And he's not out of order. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he's not out of order. He don't do it. He created order. So I just think it's beautiful. Bring on the questions.
Yes,
please.
Yes.
All right. Now, therefore, nope. Let me see. Oh, I'm on 11. And Moshe said unto Elohim, who am I that I should go unto Pharaoh and that I should bring forth the children of Yashar'el out of Mitzrayim? And he said, certainly I will be with you, and this shall be a sign unto you that I have sent you. When you have brought forth the people of Mitzrayim, ye shall serve Elohim upon this mountain. Lauren goes on to say, Yah gave Moses direction through prophecy for Moshe to follow. He said that Moshe had a choice to make. Absolutely.
Ooh,
he said, yeah, absolutely. You are right. Yeah.
Wait, what?
He said that you may bring, there is a choice. I will send unto you Pharaoh that you may bring forth my people. And that's so true because he was like, well, who am I to do that?
Yeah.
Who am I?
I'm not going to Pharaoh. They're already mad at me.
They already trying to, and then just feeling like inadequate, right? That's a big responsibility.
And you have no army. You have nothing.
And this is your first time
going back
and meeting Elohim of your forefathers.
Yes. Yeah.
So you've heard stories, but you ain't really seen what he made of.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is like, okay, I don't really know what you can do, but I mean, you do know you're talking to me.
You're right.
All right. Let me see. And Moshe said unto Elohim, behold, when I come unto the children of Yashar'el, and shall say unto them, the Elohai of your fathers has sent me unto you. And they shall say to me, what is his name? What shall I say unto them? And Elohim said unto El Moshe, Elhaya Ashur Elhaya. No. Let me see.
Good enough. I am that I am.
Okay. And he said, thus shall you say unto the children of Yashar'el, Ahaya, moreover unto, I'm sorry,
thus the children of Yashar'el, and Ahaya has sent me unto you.
So I am that I am. All right. And Moshe and Elohim said unto El Moshe, Ahaya Asher Ahaya, or I am that I am, he said. Thus shall you say unto the children of Yashar'el, Ahaya has sent me unto you. I am. And Elohim said moreover unto El Moshe, thus shall you say unto the children of Yashar'el, Yahuwah Elohai of your fathers, the Elohai of Abraham, the Elohai of Yitzhak, the Elohai of Yaakov, hath sent me unto you. This is my name forever, and this is my mention unto all generation. Go and gather the elders of Yashar'el together, and say unto them, Yahuwah Elohai of your fathers, the Elohai of Abraham, of Yitzhak, and of Yaakov, appeared unto me, saying, I have surely visited you, and seen that which is done to you in Mitzrayim.
So, okay, so break it out.
Okay.
When we were in church, they stopped at I am that I am.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't read the whole thing. There's Yahuwah right there, or Yahuwah.
Yes.
He's giving them, he's saying who he is, I am that I am. He said, but then he's telling them,
Yahuwah,
I'm of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. They know me. I'm Yahuwah.
Yep.
Elohai, that's my name. It ain't that I am, although he is that he is. I mean, that's true, but he's also saying his name.
Absolutely.
He's also saying his name. And whenever I brought that up, ooh, cha.
Well, I know they want to kick you out.
It was like saying, I am that I am. I said, I get it, but that his name was Yahweh. Keep reading. Keep reading, that's his name.
He gave us the name to utilize it.
Because they keep saying, well, what's so important about the name? Mm-hmm. I said, if the name ain't important, why did Moshe ask for it?
Facts.
What?
He said,
you can't just step to a bunch of idol worshipers saying, my God sent me. Well, who is he?
Right.
That's what Pharaoh did. Who is your?
Yeah.
I
don't know him. Right.
I don't know him.
Why is it important?
I'm going to make your brother. Who is he? And that's what Yahuwah did with Pharaoh. I'm going to show you who I am.
That's so crazy, because you know that the world snatched his word. Because you know how I said we should not take his name and make it useless or vain or empty. They took all the power from the name and gave us Jesus. Yeah. And I know that it's a hard pill to swallow, because it was a horse pill for me to swallow. Mm-hmm. But once I realized it, okay? Mm-hmm. But they took the power from his name. Yep.
They took his name and gave us his title.
Absolutely.
Even when you say God, they don't really think, because how you get God from Elohim? Yeah. If anything, you still should be saying, Elohim sent me.
Yes.
Now, but they put God in there, which links us to a government.
Yes, it does.
So we've been calling on the government this whole time.
Very true.
Instead of his name.
Very true.
Because they snatched it from us.
Yes, your local government, everything. Melanie goes on, Auntie Melanie Mel, she goes on and said, well, who is he? And I'm not really sure of your question. Who is who?
Yahuwah.
Yahuwah? Let me see. How are you going to take the power from the name, from the all-powerful one? Oh, okay. Okay. Auntie, you had me a little nervous.
Yeah.
But that's all right.
Yeah, but that's right. You take that. And then the Ashkenazis will say, his name is too holy to say. Well, when did he say that?
He's been using that all day.
He been using it since Adam called him by the name. Like,
yeah.
Since when is it too holy to say? That's just like saying your parents' name is too holy to utter.
Right.
Okay, get lost in the mall and they ask you your mama name.
I can't.
And you get to talk about mama. I can't say her name. It's too holy. You're gonna holy yourself all up in up.
Right, you're gonna leave with somebody else.
At somebody else's house. You gotta tell them your name.
Absolutely. Oh my, yeah. Let me see. Okay, and where we at? 17. And I have said, I will bring you up out of the affliction of Mitzrayim unto the land of the Canaanites and the Hittites and the Amorites and the Perizzites and the Hiviums and the Yebusium unto the land flowing with milk and honey. And they shall hearken to your voice, and you shall come, you and the elders of Yashar'el, unto the king of Mizraim, and ye shall say unto him, Yahuwah Elahai of the Hebrews has met with us. And now let us go, we beseech you, 3 days' journey into the wilderness, that we may sacrifice to Yahuwah Eloheinu.
There's his name. He said, when Pharaoh asks you, tell him my name. This is my name. You tell him, this is my name, and you are going to sacrifice to me.
Absolutely. Wow. 19. And I'm not sure whether or not I should continue to read, because Monday, really, we don't have nothing flowing. We don't have anything. But I'm not sure. I wasn't going to let y'all get off without no clip. I was looking at the clock.
We went a little bit over, actually.
I know. I was looking at it. I was like, my girl ain't going to catch me. Dwayne goes on to say, the devil doesn't want us to say the real name because he knows the power it possesses as a strong tower. His name is a strong tower. Absolutely.
Yeah. The name of him is a strong tower.
Absolutely.
His name.
Y'all ever think about a strong tower? Y'all see how hard them waves be crashing on that strong tower? Maybe I'm thinking of a lighthouse.
No, that is a strong tower.
Yeah.
A lighthouse is a strong tower.
I mean, sometimes it look like that the wave can overtake the strong tower.
Still there.
Still there. Still there. You can imagine all the waves being all the sins of his people, but he's still there. He ain't gonna go.
Providing that light. You want to come back home, follow the light.
Yep. Just like that. Like, it's up to you to look and turn.
Yep.
You got to make a decision. Lauren says that was an order to go and get his people. And those elders who knew Yah's name will know that Yah heard their cry. His name is everything. Facts upon facts.
His name is everything.
Absolutely. That's right, Brother Dwayne. Yes, Brother Dwayne. Absolutely, y'all. There's so much that I got in tonight's lesson. And I'm just like, wow.
Yeah. It's just so different when you're in truth.
Yeah.
And you know everything surrounding it.
Mm-hmm.
He is so awesome.
Absolutely. There's no words. There's no words. There's no words to even. Maya. Listen. Let's get back to him.
Yes. Back to that Torah. Say his name.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And if you don't know his name, don't know how to pronounce it, I jack it up all the time. Don't let that stop you. Sometimes I'm like, Yahshua, Yahuwah, Father,
Yahweh,
yes. The one that exists, absolutely. The one that exists to save, I'm talking to you. The Son, there you go. That's who I'm talking to. Yeah. But don't let it stop you. Don't let it stop you.
Because he hears it.
Absolutely.
He might be laughing at you, but he hears it.
Yeah, I give him something to laugh
at.
You
be like, they just jacked my name up, but I know they calling me.
They calling me. And then also look at your response. Because that's what he did, right? Moshe had to make a choice, and y'all looked at his reaction. And he said, oh, okay, we can go to plan B now.
Yeah, I'll explain this to you. Just stick with me. I'm going to give you 1, 2, 3.
Yep. And when I saw Moshe turn, okay. So when he saw Nishan turn, when he saw Melanie turn, Levon turn, he's like, okay, we can go to the next step.
Yep. And he said, okay, I see you concerned about this. Just say this.
Yep.
If they ask you this, just say this.
Absolutely.
When you get in front of Pharaoh, say this. Tell him who I am.
Absolutely.
Say my name.
Because now I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm with you. When you ran with yourself.
Yes.
But now when you go back up there, you coming with me too. I'm going to be with you.
Yeah.
Well, we hope you guys enjoyed this video. We hope that you will like and subscribe to this channel only if it's been beneficial to you. Please share on your Facebook if you can. If not, trust me, we understand. Okay. With that being said, we see you tomorrow, same time at 6 p.m. Shalom.
With a little bit of backstory.
Oh, yes. Looks like it's going to be a lot of backstory.
Yeah, because they left out so much of this one. I mean, I see why, because they didn't want us to know, but
that was kind of wrong, though. Listen, stop tricking us.
Yeah, it's a lot of backstory to leave out.
Bye, family.
Shalom.
Ooh, hold on. Let me get this comment. Reading this in truth means so much more.
Yes.
It's personal now. I feel like it was like, it's personal.
Yeah.
Absolutely, Lolo.
Yeah.
Hallelujah. All right, y'all. See y'all tomorrow. Shalom, family. She said we want backstories.